The town that sleeps before 10 p.m. I live in a town where everyone sleeps before 10 p.m. It has become some kind of custom now. People lock their doors, turn off their lights, and crawl into bed as though their lives depend on it. Even the stray dogs vanish into silence, and the world outside becomes still. As a kid, I'd ask my parents, why does everyone sleep so early? They'd always give me the same answer, that's just the way it's always has been. But that answer never satisfied me. Why was it the way it's always been? What was so important about sleeping by 10 p.m.? My curiosity grew as I did. There was something wrong about the stillness of our nights. No one ever woke up, not even for a glass of water or to use the bathroom. Once they went to sleep, they were dead to the world until morning. I'd overheard whispers once, conversations among the adults. He broke the rule, someone had said. Never woke up again. They saw me listening and stopped talking, but the seed of curiosity had already been planted. What really happened after 10 p.m.? One night, I decided to find out. That evening, I followed the routine like always. Dinner at 7, TV until 9, and then to bed. But this time, I pretended to sleep. I lay there with my eyes closed, listening as the town settled into its nightly stillness. At exactly 10 p.m., everything became silent. A silence so heavy it felt alive. I waited for what felt like hours, though it was probably just 30 minutes. Then, slowly, I opened my eyes. My heart pounded as I sat up, every creak of the bed frame sounding deafening in the oppressive quiet. I tiptoed to my bedroom door and cracked it open. The hallway was empty. I could hear the sound of my own breathing. Slowly, I crept to my parents' room to check on them. They were fast asleep. Their faces were calm and undisturbed. For a while, I just stood there, watching them, but as I turned back toward my room, that's when I felt it. A presence. Not something I could see or hear, but something I knew was there. The air grew colder, pressing down on me like a heavy blanket. The hair on my arms stood on end, and my instinct screamed for me to run. And then, I heard it. "Why are you awake?" I froze. My mouth went dry, and my limbs felt like lead, but then I thought, it's Mom. It has to be Mom. I felt relief for a moment. But as I turned toward the voice, I noticed my parents' room. The door was still ajar, and I could see them lying in bed. Motionless. Breathing softly. Asleep. If they were asleep, then who? The voice cut through my thoughts, louder this time, with anger. "Why are you not sleeping? You were supposed to be asleep." The sound was coming closer. My chest tightened as I turned the corner. And then I saw it. It wasn't my mother. Not my father. Not anything human. The figure was impossibly tall and thin, its skin stretched taut over its skeletal frame. Its face, or the space where a face should have been, was a void, a swirling black emptiness. "It's all your fault, you should have stayed asleep." Panic overtook me, and I ran. My legs felt like lead, my breath came in sharp gasps, but I didn't stop until I slammed the door of my room shut behind me. The knocking started immediately, loud, violent, relentless. Each blow shook the door, and I pressed myself against it, tears streaming down my face. And then, just as suddenly as it had started, the knocking stopped. Silence. For what felt like hours, I stood there, trembling, waiting for the next sound. When nothing came, I thought it was over. I thought I was safe. I opened the door, and that's when I realized something was wrong. The world outside wasn't the same. The air was thick, suffocating, and the walls of the house seemed warped, their colors dull and faded. The clock on the wall caught my eye, and my stomach dropped. The hands weren't moving. It was 10 p.m. And it always would be. I don't know how long I've been here. Days, weeks, years. Time doesn't exist anymore, not in this place. The town is empty now. No parents, no neighbors, no life. Just me. Wandering the streets, searching for an escape that doesn't exist. I haven't eaten or drunk anything since that night, yet I'm not dead. I should be dead, but I'm not. My body has changed. I've grown taller, impossibly thin. My skin stretches tightly over my bones, and my reflection in broken glass reveals the truth. My face is gone, replaced by a void. A black nothingness. I don't feel human anymore. The memories of my life before are fading. I've grown angry, angrier with each passing moment. At myself, at the town, at everything. And then, one day, I saw something. A boy. He was small, frightened. I watched as he tiptoed down the hallway, peeking into his parents' room. The sight filled me with rage. "Why are you awake?" The boy froze, his eyes locking onto mine. And in that moment, I realized the truth. I wasn't watching him. I was watching myself. And now, I understood. I had stayed awake. And now, I was the one who ensured no one else ever would.